Hi, I'm Scott Memberg, Director of Solution Advisory Services with Audit Board, live from GAM 2019. I'm joined here today with Tom Caputo, who is the CAE for Tribune Media. We're going to be talking today about some changes and some aspects within the audit world. And we were just talking about a few examples on how you've worked with, say, cybersecurity. Maybe you can elaborate for the audience what that would be like.
Sure. I think one of the things we were talking about was about just relationships and building those relationships with folks, because I think, as I see new auditors come in, a lot of times they're emailing or whatever, or texting, but they're not having that one-to-one conversation with a business leader or department head. And I think that's really where you learn more about what their priorities are, what needs to go right for a project, and help understand their business. And you start to form more of a partnership with them, and they feel like you're not coming to audit them as you are to help them. And so we had an example with a new CIO came in. This whole department had been turned over, and one of his concerns was cybersecurity. So we could have done individual audits like a TAC and pen or whatever, but we thought that, well, maybe the best thing to do is a cybersecurity maturity assessment, so we can see from governance, awareness, training, resilience, responding to issues, how all that is, where all that sits in the entire organization. But we said, all right, so here's things you should do now. So we help them prioritize. Here's things you should do now. Here's things you should do within 90 and 120 days. Here's things you should do later. And we co-authored those recommendations, so it was a very practical approach. Then when we presented them to the audit committee, we presented them, here were the issues and the solutions, but we presented them together.
So when you presented to the audit committee in this collaborative manner, what was their take on this? Because it obviously was different than what you've done in the past.
No, I think it was, for them, I think it was refreshing to have the solutions there already. Because a lot of times when we're coming in, we're like, all right, do this review, and here's all the issues that we found, and we're still working on what the resolution should be. And I think they felt like it was like anytime you bring your boss a problem, it's nice to have that solution already built in. This is what we're doing. They're already working on X, Y, and Z. He was able to talk about the progress that they've already made. So it put the audit committee at ease. That it wasn't something they really had to worry about.
So another thing you were talking about today was as far as culture.
Yes.
And there's more talk today at the IA about evaluating culture in a business. What does that mean to you, and how can internal audit provide value to the organization?
It's a tricky area, right? Because this isn't something that we're about controls and numbers and processes, and this gets to be a little more out of that realm. But I do think that we're uniquely positioned as auditors that we do see the entire organization. We have this bird's eye view that most others don't have. Perhaps I think the audit committee would be interested in our perspective on controls and compliance and what the culture is around that. In addition to what HR provides them. I think it's tricky to accomplish, but I do think it's something that audit teams should consider and kind of raise the flag on that with the CFO, et cetera.
But Tom, I appreciate your time coming here today and speaking to us. It was a lot of value to myself and to everybody here at GAM and the Institute of Internal Auditors.
Hi, Scott again. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Audit Talk. Stay on the lookout for more episodes on topics relevant to you and the audit community. If you have any thoughts or suggestions on topics to discuss, please let us know, and see you again soon.